Hello guys and welcome back to episode 13. As always, Ashen Mask here, and today we are going to be doing something different. We're not going to be working on this monstrosity. I've done a little bit of work on it off camera, but nothing too much, nothing fun. Just a lot of cutting down that massive tree trunk and filling in the area behind it. Ooh. Deal with this guy. It's amazing now the lengths to which cows are going to stay out of my way after last episode. Instilled fear into them. So, we're just going to head over to here, into this. We've not been here for a while on camera, I don't think. It's been a couple of episodes. Nothing's changed yet. It looks nice, though, when that chunk actually loads in. Come on. Load in. Ah, typical. All I wanted to do was show you guys how nice it looks on chunk. Is this going to be an error? No. Ooh, what's... Oh, that's my branch mine. I was like, what's that? Abandoned mineshaft? No. You really don't want to load, do you? Right. I'm out of ender pearls, by the way. Sorry, that would have made this whole thing a lot easier. I need to go and get some more soon. As you can see, this area isn't entirely finished off yet. There's still little bits of landscaping to do. I'm thinking of putting a bridge going underneath into, like, there. Running from there. I'm not sure yet if that'll work or not. Bridge might be a bit bulky. But in any case, it's looking really nice from down here. Once we take a step back and have a look at it. And if I can keep this whole forest thing going and get it looking as nice as this, I will be very, very happy. Oh, for God's sake. It's still not loaded in properly. I don't know how that's managed to load in, but the top bit hasn't, but you'll have to use your imagination. Loading isn't normally this bad. I don't know why it's doing this today. Probably because I wanted to show you something and it just decided it wanted to spite me. Anyway, today we are going to try and make the beginnings of not a watermelon farm per se, but I want to make like a factory, if that makes sense. So like have piping and levers to turn stuff on and off. I wanted to do a conveyor belt, but I tested it in creative. Wouldn't work because you can't push melon blocks. They explode. Cave nearby. Anyway, we're going to jump straight into it. We're going to toy around with this design concept that I had, where I wanted to make it so I have pipes that can be turned on and off, which sort of drop melons down, so it looks like it's sort of being processed. And where are we going to start that? We are going to start that here, I think. Like all good factories, you have to make it in the middle of a field, you know, filled with plants and wildlife. Although there isn't much wildlife anymore after I killed it all last episode, but still, we can pretend. We can pretend. Anyway, the idea with these pipes is they're just going to be kind of short, sort of like columns that look like they're holding up the ceiling, not thin, wimpy pipes. So we're only going to have 3 high fences to keep it sort of fat and heavy looking. Oops. Now, I have a feeling with fences, if you're looking to transport items, are never the best. Same with animals, because of the way that the hitboxes work, things will glitch through them, and you know, obviously, if things are falling, they can get stuck on the sides, but the thing is, with with melon farms and pumpkin farms, you're not going to lose anything. Whatever happens, you plant the seed, you've got unlimited melon from that for life. So the goal here is not efficiency. The goal here is making something that is fun and looks nice. And I'm going to be able to redstone for once. I mean, how often does that happen unless I'm making a really inefficient wheat farm that doesn't particularly work? But like everything in this world, it will do the job well enough, but it will look nice, hopefully. That's the really important thing. So we're not going to be doing too much building today. I think most of it is going to be redstoning, and we're going to split the actual project itself up into a lot of episodes. And we'll see how that goes from there. Drop down here. I think the trickiest part is deciding what I want to actually do with the areas. And like what's going to do what. But I know for a start we're going to have a dropper here that's going to turn itself on and off whenever it gets items in. That's going to be the first thing that we need to do. So, oh, it's loaded in now. Now that I've looked away and moved miles from it, it decides it wants to load in. Wonderful. Oh wait, I can't do that yet. I need to unblock that redstone. So this is the dropper recipe, which I didn't know myself until I checked it just a couple of minutes ago. And we are gonna... Oh, I just realised I'm gonna need to go and get iron for a hopper. So, I'm gonna quickly head back to the storage room. I will meet you back here because there's nothing new to see in the actual storage room itself. Actually, I tell a lie. I will see you there. Sorry, I just realised I missed a really good opportunity to gloat. Look how rich we are now. I'm no longer poor. Like, I ran out of iron on that stupid huge build, and I have stuff again. So I just wanted to gloat for a bit. Sorry about that. I'll meet you back at the factory. And I'm back. I realised that there was a load of other stuff that I'd forgotten as well, so I picked that up on the way. So we're going to make our hopper. I think it's just the one that I need, yes. Now, can I remember this? I think it's like that. Yep. It is. That's interesting. I noticed on creative mode that the dropper doesn't actually have a name. It's just the placeholder box, so don't know what's going on with that. What else do I need? I need a chest again. And hopefully I remembered how to do this, because we also need at least 2 comparators. I think the recipe is this. Okay, so maybe... Yes, there we go. So we've got our 2 comparators, got a redstone torch. We're going to give this a shot, I think. We'll go straight away. And I need to figure out where I'm going to put this dropper, for starters. Let's see. Did I mention that I found a snow biome? Many, many ender pearls away. Because I did. And now we have snow, eventually. I've got snowballs at the moment, need to make a snow golem. When the time comes. Right, so... If I put this here, it's going to face me, isn't it? Yep. Do I have a pick on me? Yes. We'll raise that one higher just to save messing around. Oops, not the thing I wanted. Put you there, and put you there. Right. So that is going to drop our melon through the pipes. And let's see. Don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. Probably should have made a bit more spruce wood than I have, but never mind. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do... I'm going to need more comparators. Is so that when this thing gets power... Going to need way, way more spruce. We're going to make a little platform here to build on. Wait a second. I might actually move this up 1. Yes. We're going to move this up 1. Sorry for messing this around, but I'm sort of thinking as I'm going through. Reason for moving this up 1 is because I want a leaf roof. And you can't place redstone on leaves. So if we're going to have a platform to build on, to build our redstone on, we're going to need to have that higher. Okay, good. And the reason that we need to be able to have redstone coming in at this layer is because we're going to make a clock that goes on and powers the dropper itself. Put that there. Stick the chest on top. Right, so that's the basic setup. So we're going to farm the melon, it's going to drop into this, which when I tell it to, or when it gets full, is going to drop into this, which in turn will drop into the dropper, which will drop it into another chest down below. Yes, it is an utterly pointless exercise, but it's going to look like a factory, so I don't care. Right, so the first thing we need to do is to build our platform to redstone on. Now I need to think, which direction do we want most of the stuff going in? I'm going to say towards the inside. Because remember, we've still got to build underneath all this, so it needs to sort of fit together, and this design needs to be copied like a couple of times in the room. So, is that even? I think that's not. 3 on that side. So we'll just see what we can fit onto this space. We need to put our comparator now. yeah, we're having this turn on no matter what. As long as there's something in it, it's going to turn on. So we do that by powering our clock. Is it going to be best to put an inversion here or a repeater? Because when one thing goes into this dropper, it sends out a one length signal. So that's not going to be powered, but this is. That's when anything goes in, and the signal extends the more stuff you get in. We're going to use that with the chest later. But the thing is, when this turns on, we need it to power a clock, which is going to go into this, the dropper itself. So the best way to do that is probably by putting a repeater. I'm not going down for that bench, because I'm not going up and down this episode. We'll just make another one here. So we've got everything we need for a repeater. Probably could have planned this better, but never mind. We'll have this going this way. And this can feed into, yeah, the clock here. No, wait, that needs to be turned off by default. Okay, so never mind that. We're going to put, instead, an inverted redstone torch here. Sorry, as you can see, I don't do redstone too often. So when I do, it's always exciting and mysterious and all that sort of thing. Basically, I have no clue what I'm doing half the time. So we invert this, which then goes and powers... Is this going to work if I do it like that? Put the redstone there. The repeater, I mean. And then put this like that. Yeah, we'll extend that a little bit. And then if we hook that up to that. Yeah, so, say for example, we put all this redstone, not the redstone, we need the redstone. If we put this cobble in, it's just going to keep dropping and dropping and dropping until it empties, and that's no matter what goes in. Now, what we do need is an override switch, which basically is so we can turn the hopper off. If there's stuff in it and we don't want it to be used, then we can turn it off. So we do this by, if we put a redstone torch underneath there, oops, or just fall off. Either is good. Not there. If we have... Can you place redstone torches from... Yeah, see, that turns it on. That's not what I'm after, though. Okay, I'll go back up and have a look. And I will see you guys in a minute. Okay, that was me being derpy. Basically, the only thing that we need to do is put a redstone torch here instead. Like that. And as long as that's turned on, the clock won't be able to work. So, that's that problem solved. I'll worry about wiring and where it's actually going to go after. I want to sleep. My brain is telling me to sleep, but my body is saying no, we're going to stay up and work on this some more. So, the next thing, we have the piping with the override switch. The next thing we need to work on is how the chest and the dropper are going to interact. Which means we need more redstone torches and comparators. Ugh, redstone in survival is finicky. Like in creative, you just sit there and you've got all your materials, you don't have to worry about what's what and how many of this you need to make that and all that sort of thing. But with this is a lot more effort. 3 comparators in total should be enough. Hope. Fingers crossed, something again that I say far too often, but I don't care. Right, so we need to have a comparator here. Now the goal for this is not to put anything into the hopper unless the container is full, or I give it a signal. So I flip a switch and then it starts dropping stuff into the pipes. So for that we are going to need to have subtract mode, I think. It's going to have something to do with the addition and whatever with the comparators. So the backside is signal A, and that has signal B subtracted from it. So if we were to put this like this, and a full stone redstone signal comes in here and is subtracted. No. Sorry, this is going to be really confusing for people who are listening, but this is me learning redstone, so roll with it, okay? We're going to be fine. If we send in not a full signal, but a one less than a full signal, and have that subtract from a full signal there, it'll put a signal through there eventually, if that makes sense. It's probably easiest to show what I'm thinking. So basically, we're going to put this here. That's a full strength signal. This is one less. I think, is it 16? A full strength or 12? 12 or 16. In any case, that's either 15 or 11. So when this gets full, that needs to be on subtract. If that gets full, and we can test this with the redstone torch in a second. You shouldn't output anything at the moment. However, I think you can put redstone. Yes, that's putting out a signal. That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Where's my chest gone? Chest? Did I pick it up? Where did it? Oh, I know where it's gone. Dropper. I want the dropper. There we go. So, that is the first problem solved. And that's not going to interfere with that. Correct? That's not even going to. Oh, that's going to interfere with that. That's... Yeah, that clock is going to interfere with that. We'll just move that. As always, my episodes are prepared to the highest quality to ensure that there are no technical hitches and that I am totally ready for any challenge that may present itself. Right. Oh, that is annoying. Stop doing that. Every time I break something, it just goes into the hopper and gets fed through. But the important thing is we figured this out. So when that's full, I'm not going to test it now because I can't be bothered chucking an inventory full of wooden shovels into there to test it. But in theory, that's going to work. The next thing to do is, right, so when that's full, that's going to send out a signal. We need to put a repeater here to strengthen the signal, because remember, that signal is only going to be one long. Yeah, that's going to be one long, because it's in subtraction mode. I feel like I should explain comparators and how they interact with stuff, but in all honesty, I'm probably not the best person for it. There are going to be plenty of other tutorials out there. I will say that they're very good for adding and subtracting redstone signals, and that they're handy for moving stuff around, but that's about as far as my technical expertise goes. I'm a builder, not a redstoner, and I can do basic stuff like this, but nothing much else. Which is why this project is going to be so good, because we're going to be doing something. So, that gets full, sends out a signal, which unlocks this. So we need a signal going into here to be inverted. I hope that doesn't block the hopper. What I'm about to do. It does power the hopper. Okay. What if I made another repeater and fed it into... Basically, we're listening for a click to see if it's powering the hopper. Not the hopper, the dropper. Don't click. Okay. So, are we going to have to put another hopper in between? Would mean it wouldn't be as efficient. Let me try something else. This is what I mean with the redstone expertise. Seeing as that's powering it diagonally, like everything in Minecraft seems to do, is that going to lock it? No, it's not. Typical! What if I soft power it? Is that even soft powering? I don't know. We will have to see. And get to the hopper. Get to the hopper. No. Okay, so we might just have to do a lazy man's work around here. And that is to move everything one block up. Get rid of all this. And then just stick another hopper underneath. By the way, if you're watching this and you're facepalming and you're telling me, you're saying to yourself, oh my god, you could do that so much easier, please tell me. There are lots of things that are going to be pretty efficient with this project that I know already. So any help would be appreciated. I know in like, what was it, episode 5? The one where I did the zombie grinder? My friend was watching, and when I messed up with the redstone and had to move it back, he was like, oh my god, I was just watching you and facepalming, and I knew you could just move it back already, and then you'd cut, and it was just infuriating for me. So if I'm doing that to you, first things first, I'm sorry. Where did my chest go? Did I not make another chest? First of all, I'm sorry, but number two, tell me how to make it better, and I will gladly take your advice. Okay, so we need to go and redo that whole comparator thingy. Up top. That needs to face the other way as well. I'm 90% certain that... Oh, it's done it again. 90... Oh, that's where of course that's where my chest went. 90% certain that it has to be going up the back of the chest for the comparator to work. Comparator there. Comparator there. Trying to keep all the redstoning on one side of the big project, so we can keep going with it if we have to. Across. Again, that didn't make any sense. So we can repeat it going across is what I mean to say. It doesn't overlap. Right, and then you are coming out to a redstone signal here. Maybe I should just have that there. Invert that. Why we're inverting it, I'm not quite sure yet. Oh, I know why. Because that makes sense. I know what I'm doing, even though it might not seem it. So you should be locked, right? Please be locked. Are you gonna be locked? Yes, you're both locked. Good. It means that some things are going to get caught in here when the chest overflows, but that's not going to be a big deal. And that means that this is also the point of our override switch. Right, we need more sticks. Put that there. Probably too many sticks. Never mind. Can never have too many redstone torches. So we put it up there. Put that there. And there we go. Those two torches are our switches. Can I get back up? That's the question. Can get around, which is good enough for me. Okay, so in this mess, theoretically, if we fill this chest... Do I have enough to fill this chest? Let's give it a try. If I fill this chest... It needs to be full stacks or things that don't stack. I'm not going to have anywhere near enough to fill this chest. There's a different way we can test it though, I think. We put this in here, and then change this. Haha, beat you this time. That goes off, that unlocks, that's going through. Why aren't you working? Oh, because I put a block on top of there. My bad. Oops. Oh, but now you're going to be... Oh, and also because... Actually, no, wait, it's probably because of that. Nothing to do with that, it's because I got the... Yeah, I had the override switch turned on. And that should be dispensing. Very good. It actually works. Put that there, turns it off. Let's grab those. So that override switch is currently off. That one's on. Get rid of you. Locks it back up, so there should be a redstone torch in one of these. Yes. Nothing in you. Okay, so we put the chest up here. And I think that's going to be it for this episode, because that was a monster task for me. Might not seem it, but Next episode, we're going to work on putting the actual melon farm above it. I wonder how tall this thing is going to get. How tall are we now? I need to see how small this is as well. Oops, or fall. Falling's good. Yeah, see, it's getting caught on the side there, but a lot of those got through. Plenty enough. We'll see how tall this is. Right. This is going to affect how the factory goes. Yeah, I can work with that, I think. So, next episode, we're actually going to work on the melon farm itself. We're going to make that automated. We're going to use a night-day sensor. Possibly, unless I can think of a better way. Might use hopper timers. We'll see. We'll see what I can actually physically do with my limited redstone knowledge. But this episode actually was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. It was a nice break from building. So maybe we'll do some more redstone projects in the future. But for now, guys, this is the end. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's something different today. And not much to show for it, I feel. I might repeat some of these off camera so we have like the full setup for next episode. But until then, guys, I will see you next episode, and take care.